Hey right guys, Trishmuch Joe here, and today we are going to be doing the character tier list for Sex Education Season 3. I finished the season, I think about 5 days ago. I had my birthday yesterday, so I'm getting back into the swing of things today, because I think you might notice that I didn't upload yesterday, people asking where friends were, don't worry, it's coming and all that stuff. But yeah, I thought I'd do the character tier list while it's still fairly fresh on my mind, and I am actually re-watching the season now as well. I'm on episode 2 again, so it's such a great season. I did love it. I think it was a bit like, oh, is that just the end, like when it ended at the in the finale of season 3? But as I said, I don't know which episode it was, but I think it was just a very good continuation from season 2. It didn't really try to outdo itself, and I think the writing is still fantastic, and the acting from everyone, literally everyone, is amazing. They haven't miscast anyone in this show, so yeah, for me, this still stays at the absolute #1 spot in terms of Netflix originals. I need to redo my all-time favorite TV shows, which I think I'm going to do maybe at the start of December, something like that. So that'll be in a couple of months, but I'm definitely going to do that, and then we'll see where kind of Sex Education is there. But in terms of Netflix, this is the best. I prefer it to like Stranger Things and You and The Witcher. I prefer it to all of those. I just love these characters so much, and I think it does such a great job at being inclusive with every single type of person. Everyone you could think of, the Sex Education pretty much has it. At least I think so. Probably not everyone, but they're getting there. They're getting there. Every season, they get there. So yeah, opinions have changed on these characters as well. I did do a tier list at the end of season 2, which I'll probably look at actually when I finish this one, just to see how different kind of people are as well, in terms of ratings. I know, like, for example, end of season 2, Isaac would have been at the bottom, Groff would have been at the bottom. I think most people would. Ola probably would have been fairly low down. I think she might have gone up a little bit this season, just as an example, but we shall see. So let me rearrange these, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we've kind of got like the minuscule side characters from here all the way to like here. Then we've got like the big side characters, like the bigger ones than these lot. And then we've got the mains, and then we've got like the 3 characters, so I don't know who these 3 are. Like, I've not made this tier list. I'll leave a link to this one down below, but I didn't make this one because the screenshots were already there. I thought, why not? But yeah, I think this was Eric's dad, but he was not in season 3 at all. I mean, we didn't get a scene with him, which was strange actually, because we had quite a good scene with him and Eric at the end of season 2. Now I think about it, but yeah. Anyway, we'll just go through these side characters, bash through them. We've got Lily in the mains actually. And then we'll see where they're all at compared to season 2. So this is the neighbour, obviously. He's okay. I think I do like the actor. I think he's great in Afterlife. There's something else I've seen him in as well. He's in quite a few British things, but I forgot. He's one of those actors you just kind of see in so many things, but he doesn't really ever have like the main role. But he's always great in the roles he plays. But he's okay. I don't, no, I'm not like, oh, I hate his character kind of thing. So we'll just put him there. He exists, as does she. I'd say he's a little bit better because we had some more. Actually, I'm going to put her a little bit down there, just because we had like actual more one-on-one scenes, like with him and Otis. Like, we had that one scene, but they actually had an episode where they basically murdered a cat. Obviously, spoilers for the entirety of season 3, which was a bit wild. I literally saw a cat and a pool of blood around it, which was not something I thought I'd be seeing going into this season, but we did. So those 2 are fine. Then we have this teacher. I don't know most of these names of the side characters, I do apologise, but the teacher, who's, the nicest teacher out of the entire school, let's be honest. So I always like that she's rooting for Maeve and just trying to hype everyone up. She, kind of wanted to go for the head teacher position at the end of the season, which wasn't going to happen apparently, and then the school's getting like blown up anyway, so I don't think it would matter, but we wish the best for her. I put really good here, by the way, because like that guy in the trailer's like, really good. So we're going to put her in really good. I think she's, not quite fantastic. I'm not like in love with her when she's on screen, but there's nothing really bad to say about her. She's always hyping everyone up. I think she's a good teacher. So, and then we have the other good teacher, but not as good. He's, I'm kind of torn between top of okay or bottom of good. I think he does have some good scenes. I think the actors, again, I can say the actor and actress for every single one of them is good, but he's good at playing the role. I think his name's Colin. I like all his, little glee club that he has, that works well. So We'll go. I'm going to stick with okay. I think he has the potential to be good. I just don't think there's enough there with it. He's like the comedic guy, you know. He's fine. He's fine. I won't say he's as good as her though. So, Maeve's mum, Erin. I actually know that name, Erin. I would have put her here, but I'm gonna up her based off what we saw in season 3. Like I like that she kind of let Maeve's sister go with her. She kind of came around on that. Like we had a scene obviously where she took her away to the beach, and or not beach. I think it was kind of like a beach, and was going to take her away from there, but decided against it once Maeve was there, and then even in the finale, kind of gave her the money for Maeve to go to America. So we're going to up her from here to here. Above her though, just because she has more of she's more of an actual character, of course. So yeah, I don't think it'll be the last we see of her. Maybe it will. Now think about it, like maybe it's one of these things, like because apparently Maeve isn't going to be in season 4. That's not confirmed yet, but apparently Emma doesn't want to be back for season 4. Doesn't mean she won't be out of the show forever, but she might kind of have a step back from sex education for a season, which is fine. You know, if we don't see a storyline of her in America, then we'll be okay with that, I think. But going off that, I don't think it's the last we'll see of Aaron, but who knows, maybe it will. Amy's, I guess now ex-boyfriend, who I don't know the name of, I'd say he's okay. He's likable. You know, he had a lot more to do in, I think it was like season 1, he kind of had the most. Season 2 he was there, and season 3 is basically non-existent, so I'm going to put him below the teacher, kind of like that. I think, you know, he's nice. He's a nice guy, sure. There's nothing really bad to say about him, but he's not like, you know, that exceptional of a character either. So I think I think Amy made the right choice with kind of, you know, parting ways with him, and she said she wants to work on herself, of course, as well. So he's okay. Then we have Kyle. He's just ridiculous. He's just ridiculous. We're gonna put him kind of below Aaron. He's there. The sex king, as he likes to be called, I guess. Just a little bit useless. Giving out terrible advice, and you know, we only really had him for one episode, which was episode 1. And he's obviously been in the show before, but he's there. Who cares? Then we have Ruby's friend. Oh, again, I forgot the name of. I forgot the name of a lot of these characters, Jesus. But Ruby's friend. That is literally who she is to me now. Is Ruby's friend. I know she had I think she had more to do in season 2. Obviously, they had that big scandal with leaking the picture of Ruby as well. I seem to remember that was her. So I'm gonna put her in okay, but at the top of okay. I think she is when she's on screen, she's good. But based off this season, I just don't think she really did much to really go up too far in the rankings. But she's decent. I don't mind when she's on screen, kind of thing. She's not as frustrating as she kind of was in season 1, I guess. And you know, when they had that story of her. And I guess they did have the season 3 of, you know, her boyfriend not wanting to wear a condom and stuff. I think that was her. That was just like a little 5-minute segment, I guess. The teacher, or the head teacher, my lord. I'm glad she seems to be kind of done. Her reign did not last too long. But I called the bullshit. As soon as she came out dancing, doing that weird cringe shit, I was like, no, you know what? In the UK, in the actual UK, if a head teacher came out dancing to a song, all the students would not be like, oh my god, I love her. What an icon. Oh my god, I want to be like her. They just would. I know this kind of show is very, you know, heightened up, or what. I don't really know if that's a word. It's definitely not, but, you know, I get it. But, you know, and then she's like being all nice, and I kind of picked up on, in episode 1, which I don't think I mentioned in the reaction, but when she kind of went to Jackson, or she was meant to go and bring Jackson in, but she assumed Jackson was Adam. In my head, I was like, was that a bit of like underhanded racism because she was thinking that Adam, who's white, would be the one who was there to, you know, he'd be the high up guy kind of thing, and Jackson would be the one who's in trouble. Like, it just felt like an odd thing that she came out and was like, you must be Jackson, and went to go and talk to Adam. Like, there's a reason they added that in. I don't know. I only picked up on it really the second time I watched it. But anyway, this character, I'm going to say she is... she's annoying because I would have put her here. But the scene where she was kind of opening up to Otis at the end about not being able to get pregnant kind of gave her a lot. And I did say in the reactions as well, I don't think she is evil. I think she you kind of saw why she was going about the thing she was doing at the end when it was kind of clear that they were going to lose the budget to keep the school open. But I think if it wasn't for the Cal stuff, like every time she was talking to Cal, it was like, oh, change your clothes, oh, get rid of the baggy trousers and all that shit. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't hate her as much, but that stuff was just like, oh, just shut up. And then putting the signs around like Adam and Lily as well was ridiculous. So I won't say she's quite here, but she is going to go here just below. These two could change. I don't know. Aaron and these two could change at any point. I think Aaron was more likable this season. Yeah, Aaron was more likable this season, so we'll do that actually. Jakob. Best season was season 1. As I said, season 2 he was fine, and season 3 I'd say he continued to be fine. I did like that he was kind of opening up a bit more, and I would like to see him with Ola, even though I didn't add it in the actual reaction, just because I didn't want the video to be blocked, and there was just certain scenes where I was more like watching it and taking it in, than really having something to say about it. But you have the uncuts for that one if you're interested, of course, down below. But yeah, Jakob, I did like the scene with Ola, and the scene where he opened up about his kind of ex-wife, and yeah, I just don't love his relationship with Jean. I think I'm meant to love it more than I do, maybe, or I felt like their peak was season 1, and since then it's just been kind of like a bit stale. So, and I think because they don't really focus on him by himself, they did more so this season, but they don't focus on him too much by himself, apart from like 1 or 2 scenes here. So it's kind of hard to get his own personal story. But I'm still going to say he is really good. I'm still going to say he's really good. I just think I want him to be here, but I'm going to put him below the teacher as well. He's better than okay for sure, and that's mainly because of season 1. I think he's like gone. He went straight from like likable pretty quickly, just because he was he was a good story for Gene to have in that season. What's his name? Raheem. I was unsure on him in season 2 and then the start of the season, but when he kind of, I think it was episode 5 where he kind of came around on Adam, and Adam covered for him with the poo flying out the window, which was just insane. Oh my god, I can't actually believe they filmed that, but that's, well, I'm assuming it wasn't an actual shit. That would be ridiculous. But yeah, Raheem. I did like his scenes with Adam. There wasn't. I didn't care too much about him in season 2, and there wasn't too much more he had in this season. But I think he's one of those where there's potential. I'm glad they didn't just kind of write him out, because I kind of was curious when he was still in this season. I was like, what are they going to do with Raheem? But I like that he's kind of reading Adam's poems and kind of building a bit of a friendship there. But I just don't think it was enough to really throw him up too far. So the actor is a good-looking guy, though. I saw like a kind of video of him and Emma in France. He's a good-looking guy, so I'm going to put him there based on that. Okay, we'll go with okay for now, but I think he could go up to good. He could go up to good in the next season. It just really depends on what he does and what storylines they do. Maureen Icon. We love her. Not quite iconic, but I love Maureen. I think she's, really grown into an actual character since the end of season 2, where she obviously broke up with Groff, and end of season 2 was formed that friendship with Jean. But yeah, she was just having casual sex with people this season, doing a thing, being a good mum to Adam, and then obviously she kind of hooked up with Groff at the end of the season, and then kind of called it off with him, which I think was the good move actually. Like, as I said, I think Groff needs to really try to bond with Adam more so than trying to get back with Maureen. I think that's the priority, and she kind of, I think, saw that, which was good of her. So I'm going to say we'll go really good at the top. I wouldn't say she's quite fantastic. I'm not like, I'm not in love with the character kind of thing, but she's so likable, and since the end of season 2, she's been such a good character to have on there as well. So yeah, really, really good. What's his? Oh my god, I'm blanking on these names. I've literally just watched the season and I'm blanking on the names, and I really should know his because I do know it. It's just literally escaped me for some reason. But yeah, he's again end of season 2 kind of became a bit more likable, and then this season he's didn't really do much. Kind of like her, he had like a few scenes, like obviously where he, his eye his eye was bludgeoned up, like kind of Glenn from The Walking Dead. Not quite Glenn. I guess he didn't really have his brains smashed in. That's a little bit different, but yeah, I don't know why I went with Glenn. I think more because of the eye prosthetics, which were good. But yeah, as a character, I'm gonna go with he's okay. I'm actually gonna just put him next to her. I think he's a little bit better than her, but they're like one in one. Once when she's on screen, he's pretty much also on screen, so you can't really take them too far apart. Alright, this guy will always be the kid from Game of Thrones to me for some reason, but he'll always be the kid from Game of Thrones. But yeah, he had like one episode and then disappeared for like the rest of the season, so there's not really much to say about him. I know he had more in season 2, I guess, but I'll go okay. Like here, maybe. He's fine. He's fine. Nothing really too bad to say about him, but yeah, he had his episode where he's self-conscious about his penis size, and that was the last we saw of him. I think the last we saw of him was him carrying a goat. Oh no! Then he had his therapy session with Otis, and yeah, okay. So we had more of him there, but that was episode 1. He's okay. He's okay. Right, we're getting into the mains now. I'd say all of these are pretty much just the main characters now. They're all the side characters. I'd say from here onwards, we're getting into main character territory. Lily, I was hoping for more with Lily with this season. I think I kind of get what they were going for. Like, she's into something that the majority of people around her aren't really into. And Ola wanted to kind of explore sex without the whole costumes and alien side of things, which is fine. I just felt like they focused on it. It was a story they focused on more than they should have with a storyline like that. And then it was something that just got resolved like that because, again, someone walked up to her and went, sign this please, blah, 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 and then walked off, and then Lily was like, actually, you know what? I love aliens still. And it just kind of was like, cool. Cool. I like her relationship with Ola. I think, Ola and Lily are very good together, but I just felt like it was one of those, maybe the writers felt like they needed to cause conflict between them both, and it lasted for like 4 episodes, and it was basically Ola didn't want to dress up as an alien every time she had sex, and that was like the big conflict, which I just think Lily as a character was way more interesting in season 2, like when she was coming up with the theatre performance and all that stuff. I think it was just better. But I still think she's a very good character. I'm going to put her at really good. Just below Maureen, though. And yeah, above that teacher. I think she's better than that teacher because of season 2 mainly. But yeah, I still think she's really good. I just hope with season 4 they give her something more to do. I'm hoping for something more with Lily than what we kind of got this season. But it's fine. Season 3, the story wasn't like terrible. It was just kind of there. Then we have Groff. Mr. Groff. Okay, end of season 2. Surely I had him there. I don't know, maybe. Like, again, the actor does such a good job with him, so it's like, it's hard to. You kind of have to go with the mindset, like, yeah, they're such a good character because the actor's so good. Like, you might not like him, but the actor's so. You kind of have to differentiate. But he was such a knob in season 1 and 2. But season 3, oh my god, that scene where he stood up to his brother. I actually nearly teared up at that. It was like, just kind of like, there's the line where he said, and what a shame. I was like, oh god. Because it's like, you do have those kind of relationships in your life, like whether it be family members or friends, where someone kind of gets in the way of it and it stops, a friendship happening, for example, or like a bond between brothers happening because of someone else, and like Jason Isaacs kind of bullying him because his dad bullied him, and he didn't want to be bullied by his dad as well, kind of thing. So it was just sad. I felt really bad for him in that moment. I felt bad for him pretty much from episode 1 when he's like, oh, I've gone for 5 interviews and I've had no luck. So, and then you had scenes where he's cooking and he's really happy, and then he actually kind of opened up in a therapy session to Jean. And then he went back to Maureen and said that he really wants to change. I think the only thing that was like lacking this season with him was him at least trying to talk to Adam. But I think maybe it's not a negative, because I think maybe they're going to wait until season 4 for that, which I think is good as well, because they've waited, had that 8 episode span of Groff kind of working on himself, and then he kind of maybe wants to be a better person before he goes to try to communicate with Adam. And I guess it's harder as well, because he was terrible to Adam. So we'll see. But I'm going to put him. I have to throw him up here. Based on season 3, I preferred him to all of these characters. Genuinely, I want to put him in Fantastic, but that season 1 and 2 do still exist. So he's kind of he needs season 4. If he continues as he is in season 4, he'll be going up to the top tier, I think. But yeah, based on season 3, he was one of the best parts about him. I loved him. Gene. Every TikTok I get at the moment is Ruby and Otis and Gene being an icon, which is just great. And then there's a few Amy TikToks and Adam TikToks in there as well. But everyone loves Gene. I've loved her since season 1. She stayed consistently fantastic. I think this was maybe her weakest season out of the 3, but it wasn't like bad. It was just she was pregnant and she had, I guess, Otis opened up to her a bit, but that was kind of like just like the last scene, and then her relationship with Jakob. I liked her scenes with Amy, and I liked her scene with Groff. But yeah, I'd say she's still iconic. I'm gonna put her in iconic. She's like one of the best TV mums I think we've had in recent memory, at least. Anyway, TV mum wise, she's iconic, and she'd have to do something really ridiculous as a character to kind of fall off this slot. While this for me was her weakest season, it wasn't like bad. It was just like season 1 and 2, she was so good and she had so much to do that here it's kind of like she was on the sideline a little bit. Like season 2, she was the head teacher, not the head teacher. She kind of came in to teach everyone about sex, kind of thing. So obviously she was going to have less to do here because she got fired from that very quickly. Jackson Machete, is that a second name? I'm not sure, but. Again, kind of like Gene, I would say this was his weakest season. Like, season 2, I think, was so good for Jackson. Like, his friendship with Vivian and focusing on, men's mental health and him being depressed and his anxiety and kind of people having this image of who he is and who he actually is, kind of thing. I guess they focused on that in season 1 as well, but I felt like they delved into it more in season 2. So season 3, it was basically his friendship, and then could it be romantic relationship with Cal, and I think they just wanted Jackson to chill out a bit. Like, he was smoking doobies with Cal, like having a good time. So I think they just maybe wanted to take it down a notch with Jackson, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, his story was pretty intense in season 2, so I'm gonna say he is fantastic. I don't have a bad thing to say about Jackson. I love, even based on season 1, I like that you thought he was going to be that typical jock character, but they got away from that pretty much in episode 2. So he's always been a great character for me. So I'm going to put him in fantastic. I'm thinking that's probably where he was in season 2 as well. Again, I think it was his weakest season, but still very good. Ola, she was probably around here in season 2. I think because season 2, it was like her relationship with Otis, and I don't think anyone liked that. Ola and Otis didn't like that, so why were we going to like it? So it was hard to really like Ola's character. But season 3, I love what she did with her hair. I'll say that. I really liked her scene with Jakob. I didn't like the conflict with Lily. I felt like that was a little bit kind of tacked on. Tacked on's probably a bit harsh, but you guys know what I mean. So I'm going to move her from there to, I think, okay. Just below Raheem, maybe. Yeah, I don't think she's quite really good yet. I think there was potential here, but I just don't think the story was strong enough. She didn't do anything to really kind of annoy me this season compared to last season 2, but there just wasn't much of a story there for me to really throw her up. So she's got a 1 tier. Maybe season 4 she'll go into the really good, who knows. Vivian, nowhere near as good as she was in season 2. I get it, like she wanted to have high honours, and but she was just licking her arse for most of the season. That was her story, and then she was going against Jackson and Cal. Best part was when she kind of got the audio recording of her. She did kind of come around towards the end of the season, and then obviously they did the whole video assembly thing, which was good. But yeah, bit of a not disappointment, just different for how she was in season 2. So I'm going to put her in good. I think there, top of good, because season 2 she was still really good as well. So, not good. Sorry, top of okay. Maybe she's she's really good. She's a really good character. Like, we still love her. It wasn't enough to really bring that down too much. So above Jakob, but not as good as her. I prefer the teacher to her for sure. So yeah, Vivian, maybe a bit more to do in season 4 would be nice. Amy. Oh, I love Amy. We love Amy. You can't go wrong when Amy is on screen. You can't go wrong. She's so likable, so, I don't know. She has a warm presence about her. I think she's adorable. I love her. So, season 2, again, I would say her story was stronger, but I think season 3 was more kind of the aftermath of that. Anyway, it's like a continuation of that story. Obviously, her opening up to Jean about it was a very big part of the story, and then kind of had the argument with Maeve, and then kind of realizing that she needs to break up with her boyfriend to figure out who she is and work on herself a bit more. And or I think she just said she wants to be by herself, if anything, which I think is great as well. So, and as I said, we need a spin-off show with her and Maeve just traveling the roads, traveling the UK. That'd be awesome. But yep, she's iconic. I'm going to put her above Jean. She's one of my absolute favorite characters of the entire show. I just love her. Every scene, there's not one bad thing about her. I love her. And she has a goat. Like, she literally has a goat. Like, you can't go wrong with that. So, Cal, I'd say the big new main character. Cal, where would Cal go? I really like Cal. I liked their relationship. Well, not relationship, I guess, but the kind of bond with Jackson. I think it kind of brought out a lot more with who Jackson was as a character, and Cal was just chill. Cal was just chill the entire time. There wasn't, any big dramatic big scene like I thought maybe Cal would go off at the teacher a bit more, but I guess Cal's big moment with that was they were crawling through the vent, fell through, and then just stuck up the middle finger at the teachers. Like, yeah, you know what, fair play. But yeah, hopefully we get. Well, I'm assuming, I don't know why we wouldn't, but hopefully we get a bit more with Cal in season 4. I think it was a good kind of addition to the season as well. So I think I might have put him. I think because they're like the only new main character. I think pretty much every character here was in other seasons, and Cal is the only truly new one. Now look at it, actually. Yeah. Everyone else has been here before. Cal's the new one. So we'll go. I'm going to go really good. Below Groff, below Maureen, but above Lily. Yeah. I'd say Cal is better than Lily based off season 3. I don't know. I just think they had more to do with their character, and I think their personal story was way more interesting than Lily's personal story for me, personally. But yeah, I really liked the stuff between Cal and Jackson, and every scene by themselves as well was entertaining. And the kind of last episode, kind of talking about, I forgot the wording for it, but using kind of the bandages and then changing it to that crop top thing. I thought that was I didn't even know about that stuff, so I thought that was. I knew basics of it, but not the kind of difference with what the. I forgot the name for it, but I'm just going to say the crop top, kind of the differences with that and how it's actually better for him as well. So, yeah, I thought that stuff was interesting, and hopefully we get more of it. Adam, season 1 and 2, Adam, I think he was like a really good character, but season 3, I think everyone is like wondering if Adam and Ruby's backs hurt from carrying the season. That's all the comments I see on TikTok is, do you think Adam's back hurts? Why? Oh, because he's carrying the season. I don't know if they carried. I guess they did, didn't they? Yeah. I think like Ruby and Adam carried it, but everyone else was still bringing their game. Like it wasn't like they were carrying the season. It wasn't like they were the only good things about it. But Adam was such a huge part of why I loved this season. His poem at the end, I didn't even really like react to it, but like when I kind of listened to the poem after, I was like, oh my god. I think maybe I talked over it a little bit, which is unfortunate, but it happens sometimes. But yeah, his poem at the end was fantastic. I want to say obviously what I want to say about Eric and the relationship, but nothing bad against Eric too much. But his relationship with Eric was good. His scene with Oda I think was very strong. But yeah, he was so likable this year. I look quite pretty, don't I? He's just so lovable. Who would have thought that Adam would become lovable? I'm gonna put him as iconic based on this season, and I'd say better than Jean. I think in this season he was better than Jean, which is not that image there with Adam above Jean is not something I thought I'd see, but here we are. I think Jean was maybe my favourite in season 2, or it would have been Amy or Jean, but yeah, but he's just so good. He's so good. The scene with the dog and how happy he was, and when he did, I really want to cry. I love him. So yeah, Adam's super likable. Glad they built on his character a lot more with this season. And yeah, Isaac would have been here. He was just end of season 2. We know what happened, and I was surprised. I was so surprised with Isaac. Let me figure out where I want to put him first, and then we'll talk about him. But I preferred him to Raheem. I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I think he was possibly there. I preferred him to Vivian in this season. I preferred Isaac to Vivian. I'm only surprised because he's just everyone obviously hated him based on what he did in season 2, and I think it just surprised me because I thought they were going to continue with that storyline of him kind of always being in the way of, not always, but you know, that one time being in the way of Otis and Maeve. But I think the combination of, for me at least, going off the idea of Otis and Maeve anyway, and the fact that he told Maeve so soon in the season that it kind of made me think, and then the way he explained it as well, you kind of actually understood why he did it. Which was just strange. I think they did such a good job with Isaac this season. I kind of want more of him. Some people are saying like they don't want to see him anymore because his story is kind of done because Maeve has gone away to America, and his story was basically his relationship with Maeve. But that scene where they were showing like how intimate they can be as well, like where Maeve was kind of sat on his, or not just sat on him, but sat on his lap, and they were like doing all the touch and stuff like that. Was sick. That was one of my favourite scenes of the season. I'm so glad they had that in. And the actor as well, I kind of checked out his Instagram. I checked out all their Instagram, but I checked out his, and he seems to be quite a big advocate for getting more disabled roles in TV, based on what I saw as well, which I think is awesome. I didn't know he actually did his own drawings as well. Like those drawings that we saw on the show, I can't confirm, but I think they're kind of similar to the ones I saw on his Instagram as well, so I'm assuming maybe he did those, which is cool. But yeah, seems like a very, actor-wise, seems very likeable. And Isaac, I think I'm just surprised by how good he was this season, actually. So I'm going to put him there. I am actually in the mindset now where I'm like, I kind of want more of him, and we'll see. I hope they don't just kind of shove him to the side in season 4 and just have him being there just because. I want him to have a story and it be good. I want like a worthy story for him, because then he could go even further. I think there's more potential with him for sure. Maeve. I think she's been the one who's like consistent all the way through. She's not really, she has a couple of annoying moments for sure, but nothing that drastic. Like her argument with Amy, I thought was a bit like, oh come on, but you kind of got it like why it happened, and it literally happened for one episode. They didn't drag it out or anything. So I'm gonna put Maeve in fantastic, at the top of fantastic. I'm not quite in love with the character. As she has stayed consistent, and I think Emma does such a good job at playing Maeve as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is like or I guess season 1 was like her first big role, and everyone loves her. Everyone loves Emma. I think she seems like she's going to be like one of those actresses that is going to become so huge. I think like not physically huge, but she's going to become such a big actress. She kind of is anyway. But I see her going, like winning Oscars kind of thing. That's where I see Emma McKay going. She just kind of has that feel about her, so we'll see. But yeah, really enjoyed Maeve this season. Not, I like the story with her mum. I've said that already. I'm not super on board with the relationship between her and Otis, and that's kind of what a lot of her story was as well. I think her best scenes were between her and Isaac. And Erin. Yeah, I'd say and Erin, to be fair. And her friendship with her and Amy, that can't go unmentioned as well. That's like one of the best, or the best friendship in the entire show, actually. Eric. What have you done to my boy? He's not complete, like what he would have been here, like top of fantastic for me, maybe. I can't remember if I put him on iconic or, like he is iconic as an iconic TV character, but for me, he probably would have been there based on season 1 and 2. Season 3 though, it's like one of those, I do get what the writers were going for with Eric, and I think it was something that needed to be shown. I just don't think we needed him cheating on Adam. I think they could have done everything they did. Have them have looks and stuff. I think that would have been like all dancing together. That would have been, passable or whatever. But the fact he cheated on him and then broke up with Adam, because I just felt like he was trying. It's such a tricky situation because I get from Eric's point of view, he doesn't want to be with someone who's not ready to kind of come up to Eric's level, I guess. But and Adam clearly wasn't ready for that. He wasn't ready to go to gay clubs, and he wasn't ready to come out to his parent or at least his mum. And Adam wanted to change. I think that was like the thing. We knew as an audience that Adam wanted to change, and Adam said to Eric that he wants to change and improve on these things. But I just don't think Eric really gave that a chance, and it was like every little thing for me that I saw Adam do, Eric kind of had a problem. Like with the poetry, he was like, "Why do you think I don't like poetry?" And then it became this big thing. It's like, what the fuck is going on? So I don't. I still love Eric. I do still love Eric, but I don't think they kind of handled the story that they're trying to give him in the best of ways. I don't know. I think they did. Like I think it was episode 6 where he was in Nigeria. I think all that stuff was done so well. It was just him kissing that guy. It's like, oh, why? So based on that, I'm going to bring him down to below Groff, which hurts me. It does hurt me. No, I can't do that actually. I can't do that because of season 1 and 2. Season 1 and 2, but season 3 was not the one for Eric. I don't know. It's such a hard one because it kind of was the one for him, but those last 3 episodes, it was like, what are you doing? What have you done to Eric? But I still love him. I do still love his character. I don't think it's one of those things where like his character's ruined or anything like that. I think it's just, they need to. I don't know. I think because we love Adam so much, it's hard to see Adam be hurt. That's what it was. If Adam would continue to be a complete knobhead throughout the season, then it would have been so easy to be like, yes, okay, get away from Adam kind of thing. But because Adam was so likeable and lovable, it just hurt more. Last 2, because he wasn't even in season 3. I don't know who these two are. Is he in the Glee Club or something? I don't know. Otis. Tricky. Tricky. Season 1 and 2. And season 3 had just ups and downs all the way through. I love the actor. I think the actor seems like such a cool guy. I love that. He seems like such a cool guy. So I have to part my ways with the actor and focus on Otis, the character, of course. But yeah, I liked most of the scenes in the season. It was like one episode, I think episode 6. No, it was episode 6 where he was kind of getting in the way of Maeve and Isaac, and it was a little bit ridiculous. But his relationship with Ruby, which I've done a fan-made video for. If anyone wants to check that out, I'll link it down below with these two. But that was for me the best part of the season. It just was. I think it was for like 70% of people. The best part of the season was their bond and their relationship. And the actor as well was like, he put up a picture of him and Ruby and was like, "Endgame?" question mark. I was like, oh, you know what you're doing. You know how we feel, kind of thing. So I wonder if he, like the actor, feels the same. But yeah, loved his relationship with Ruby. Loved his scenes with Maeve. Not so much like romance. I know there's a lot of romance, but I still love his scenes with Maeve. Love his friendship with Eric, of course, and his scenes with Jean. I'm gonna put him. I can't put him above Eric. I'm gonna put him above Groff. Hey, why? What, do you want me to put him lower or higher? Was that what that was? I don't know what that was. Eric's just better in season 1 and 2. I think. I don't know. Otis is such a tricky one because when he's annoying, he is annoying. But when he's good, he is genuinely really, really good. So, yeah, we'll put him there. The main characters of shows like this are never the best, are they? Let's be honest. Okay, Ruby. Our big finale. You know why I say Ruby till the end. She's just iconic. She's just iconic. We're gonna slowly edge our way up the tier list, and we're gonna put her. I think that might be a bit too much. I'm gonna have to bring it down a little bit. I think Amy and Adam. I think Amy and Adam are better characters. I'm like going again off season 3. I think she and Otis were the best part of the season for me. Adam has more of an actual character though, and he had more of an arc this season, and with 1 and 2. And Amy as well, she's just These three are hard, you know, actually. Jean, I'm definitely happy with her being at the bottom of Iconic just because she wasn't as strong this season, but these three, you could mix and match and I wouldn't care. Okay, based on season 3, it will be that. Based on all 3 seasons, it would be that. Does that make sense? Okay, I think that makes sense. Season 3, there, and then seasons 1, 2, and 3, other way around. That's a hard one. I'm going to put it there just because it's, I don't know, I'm happy with how that looks. I'm happy with how that looks there, so we're going to go with that. But no one, not a single character in the trash, like absolute trash. She's just too there. Like, she's, you know, I don't hate her. Kyle, I don't hate him. Erin actually had like 3 really good scenes this season where she was likable in those scenes. And even her, it's like, even though you were such a dick throughout the season, I felt bad for her in the finale. And I kind of got why she was pushing like these uniforms and everything. It's just the one thing with Cal that's like, oh my god. So, but I can't put her in like the go away. I still think she was a good character to have in it. So yeah, says a lot about the show, says a lot about the writing, that no one's in the absolute trash. It says a lot about the writing that Isaac's gone this far up, and Groff. And the relationship with Ruby and Otis, I just adore. This is like the last video of sex education I'll be doing until season 4, episode 1. So I need to get my Ruby and Otis wording out. But yeah, they were the best part of the season, I need to reiterate. And in terms of also fantastic storylines, his team with Maeve, Adam's arc, Amy opening up to Jean, Groff opening up as a character, Cal's storyline, and Cal with Jackson. The idea of what they did with Eric, but not so much the execution. And Maeve and Isaac, I'd say. Like Maeve and Erin, as I've seen before, but you know, Maeve was good this season. Right, that's where they were at the end of season 2. Look at Ruby in good. Ruby's in good. We have Maeve best of the best. Interesting. I would disagree with that now. Jackson in best of the best. Season 2, yeah, definitely. Eric, he was in best of the best. I was unsure if he was in best of the best or amazing, but season 3 definitely went down. Adam's gone up, Lily's gone down. That's Vivian. Yep, Vivian. These have got like blue backgrounds, dead easy. But Vivian has gone down. Otis is about the same. I'd agree with as a character. It's like, yes, I love this relationship with. Maybe he should go up a little bit. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm happy with that. I'm not really going to change that. Yeah, I'm happy with him being there. Aaron, piss off, Aaron. This guy. Groff and Isaac at the bottom. Wow. Isaac shot up Anna's Groff. Yeah. Oh, she wasn't in it. I really liked her in season 2. Yeah, she was really good. I'm surprised they didn't have more of her actually. Yeah, we didn't see Jackson's mum, second mum at all. We saw his other mum. Who's that? Oh, is that his dad? Yeah, he's a knob. He wasn't in the season though. Ola in good, so Ola's not actually changed really at all. Ola's gone down. Jesus, what was I doing in this tier list? It was on a bit of crap. Look at me picking my nose there. What's going on there? Let's play you a bit. There you go. Itchy Nose Joe. Past Joe from January 2020. Jean. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I thought Jean was at the top. I'm surprised I have Maeve there, I do have to say. I don't remember that. Did I move that? Or did I just keep it as that? No, I literally kept it as that. Wow. I disagree with that. I think AIM... Okay, maybe from my mindset then, I'm not going to go through the whole video to find out, but maybe my mindset from then was like, Maeve was such a strong part of season 1. And maybe I like really was into the Maeve and Otis relationship more. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I was so into the Maeve and Otis stuff that I was kind of like, oh yeah, she's a strong character, and then she had the stuff with Aaron, and then the friendship with Amy. Like she had a lot to go with. Where I think season 3, it was like the Otis and Maeve stuff was still there, but I just wasn't feeling it as much. So maybe that's what it was. That's the only thing I can think of. Because here, looking at that, I'm like Amy was definitely above Maeve for me, based on season 2. Like now that I've rewatched it, but yeah, interesting. Adam, yeah, we love. I can't believe. I get it, like why Ruby isn't good, but now she's like gone from good to the best, literally the best character. Yeah, that's interesting. And at the end of season 4, we'll do this again and look who changes. Like Maeve might not even be on the list. That'd be scary because she might not be in season 4 apparently. God, yeah, we'll see. In terms of, it's so interesting because if they delve more into the Ruby and Otis romance, Ruby's not even going to change. Like she's going to still be there. But if they do, oh my god, the writers they need to not just. That is like one of my big gripes. They made us care so much about Ruby, and then, oh, she's not in the show anymore. They cannot do that shit. Don't stop doing that. Stop making us care about characters and then having them not exist for. Or at least having them exist, but like having these weird, like Lily's story, like come on. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see in season 4, like in a year's time. My lord. But yeah, there we go, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and enjoy. Let me know your top kind of. We'll go 5. Let me know your top 5 characters or top 3 or who you put in the iconic list. We can do whichever's easiest for you. And yeah, I'll see you next time for season 4, episode 1 in about a year. Our next Netflix show will be You. Season 3, which comes out in about a month, so we'll have uncuts for that on Patreon as well, and they'll be up on the channel over that weekend, so keep an eye out for that. Until then, guys, thank you for watching these sex education reactions and this video. I've had a lot of fun doing them, and I'm very much excited for season 4. I will be there day 1, of course, and yeah, until then, take care, peace.